She starts kissing them on the cheek. Meanwhile, Will is back in the main villa kissing Flo on her lips. Woo! My girl Cash had 3 men on her line, okay? 3 men wanted Cash. Jeremy is interested in getting to know the Genevieve girl. What happened to Florida? No, boys, Casa, Amor, Casa, Amor. And then she gets to Casa, Amor, and none of the boys want her. She said that she won't turn her head if new guys came because she's interested in getting to know Cinco. I'm like, girl, be smart. And she's like, well, I don't have a ring on my finger, so I definitely don't mind talking and getting to know you. The hypocrisy. How can she say that when Giovanni desired you for 13 episodes, aka 3 weeks straight? Cinco keeps going back and forth, back and forth. So it's like, if you really have feelings for Cash and you really feel like Cash makes you a better person, why are you struggling to pick Cash? Hey everyone, I'm your host Mayoko, and today I am back with another video on Love Island USA season 3 episode 14. Let's get straight into the video. So you guys, I have my notes here with me because this episode was 2 hours. They added 10 new people on the series, so best believe my brain is all over the place right now. I have so much to talk about. So the episode started off with Will and Kyra, and they're talking about how they're so happy they found each other and they can't wait to take things outside, to the outside world and be together. And you guys know Will and Kyra, every time they're talking to each other, they can't stop kissing. Yo, Will shocked me this episode. Will surprised me. But honestly, I knew this was coming because Will and Kyra were just it was too perfect. It was too good to be true, you know? So the new girls, one of the new girls who came in, Flo, let's jump straight into the whole gist, okay? So one of the new girls, Flo, likes Will. And they had a game challenge. Towards the end of the episode, it was a 2-hour episode. First of all, I was not expecting that. 2 hours. And then the Flo girl had to pick somebody to kiss. Like, apparently it's called a Spider-Man kiss. And she picks Will. And Will agrees. And they just start kissing. And they're kissing for so long. Even all the Islanders are looking at them like, okay, so how long do they have to kiss for? They kiss for so long. Meanwhile, in the villa, Casa Amor. Wait, first, how can I not say this? This was a Casa Amor episode. It's probably going to be the title, but this was the Casa Amor episode. So we had 10 new people. I said 10 new people. So meanwhile, in Casa Amor, Kyra was asked to kiss the 3 Islanders she likes the most or she finds the most attractive. And you guys, she starts kissing them on the cheek. Meanwhile, Will is back in the main villa kissing Flo on her lips. Woo! Men. I knew Will was gonna switch up. I was surprised, but I'm not shocked. Okay? That's the same thing. I was surprised, but not shocked. I said what I said. I don't know how to do you guys know what I mean? Like, I knew it was coming. Cause I just knew it was coming. But it's crazy because Kyra starts talking to one of the guys in the villa. His name is Cam. And well, one of the guys in Casa Amor, his name is Cam, and she has a great conversation with him. She goes back to meet the girls in the dressing room and she's like, I had an amazing conversation. And then you guys, she just starts crying. And apparently it's because she misses Will. Like, Kyra, please enjoy your experience in Casa Amor because Will is clearly enjoying his in the villa. So Josh is talking to Shannon, and Shannon is like, so where do you see this relationship going? And she's like, and then Josh is like, well, I am interested in getting to know other people by just talking to them, but nothing really serious. And Shannon loses it. She's like, well, I don't understand why you want to get to know other people. That makes no sense. If we're in a couple already, I don't understand where you're coming from. And then Shannon in Casa Amor is talking to one of the guys, and she's like, well, I don't have a ring on my finger, so I definitely don't mind talking and getting to know you. The hypocrisy. Shannon is not to be trusted. That girl. Josh's whole issue with Shannon at the moment is that Shannon doesn't trust him. And Shannon is always questioning his loyalty and is basically throwing Josh off. That's what Josh was talking about. He kept on telling everyone, like, I don't understand why she doesn't trust me. Like, she didn't trust me before, which is understandable, but I've tried to redeem myself, and it's hard to try to redeem yourself and the person keeps shutting you down, which is understandable. If somebody's trying to change and you keep reminding them about their past, eventually, they get fed up and sometimes just end up cutting you off because it's like they're trying to be a new person and you're trying to make them go back to their old ways. So Josh doesn't really like that. He's like, listen, Shannon needs to stop talking about what I used to do, and she needs to trust me because I'm really trying my best for her, yada, yada, yada. But that's between Shannon and Josh. Trina has a really quick conversation with Will, and she's talking about her trauma and how the whole love triangle is bringing back that trauma again. So Will is telling her, listen, you have to fight for what you want. Will is such a sweetheart. I love Will. I don't know. I just love Will, okay? I said it in my last video. I'm gonna say it again. I like Will. He is funny. Every time he comes on the screen, I find myself laughing. I love him. But he's telling Trina to fight for what she wants. You guys, we didn't even see Trina this episode, to be honest. Like, Trina barely came on the screen. She came on the screen like twice, maybe. None of the guys wanted her in Casa Amor. Nobody said they wanted Trina. So, yeah. Nobody had conversations with her. The only conversation she had was about a cat and a dog, literally, with Gabe. They were talking about Gabe's dog, how he has a Pomeranian, and Trina was like, oh, I'm a cat lady. Honestly, this episode, Trina was barely shown. I think Trina really misses Cinco, because when they did send out the text of Casa Amor, like, I think Olivia too, you guys, nobody looks like they want Olivia, which is crazy, because when Olivia got the message that, the text about Casa Amor, she was the most hyped. She was like, yeah, no boys, Casa Amor, Casa Amor. And then she gets to Casa Amor and none of the boys want her. She did have a few conversations in the villa, but nobody was really interested in getting to know her more, which I found so sad. I'm like, wow, poor Olivia. Like, she was so happy. But in fact, scrap that. No, poor Olivia. Let me tell you what this girl did. How did Olivia say that somebody is finally giving her the attention that she needs? She was like, I'm trying to find out what she said exactly. She said, I'm trying to find out what she said, you guys. I want to tell you guys word for word what she said, because I was shook. Oh, she says, it feels good to be desired by somebody, finally. How can she say that when Giovanni desired you for 13 episodes, aka 3 weeks straight? Giovanni desired you, wanted you, did everything he could to have you, and you're telling us that you're finally being desired by Cam. She was talking to Cam, and I guess the conversation flowed, which it didn't even look like it flowed, but Olivia needs to leave the villa. She should have honestly left instead of Amy. Olivia should have been gone. So should have Jeremy. Jeremy has a connection with one of the other new girls. Her name is Genevieve. She, fun fact, is Shannon's sister's best friend. Shannon's little sister's best friend. And she wants Josh and Jeremy. Isn't that crazy? Those new girls from Casa, like those new girls coming into the villa, those 5 new girls are messy. Like, they came to cause drama. I'm here for it. But that little girl and Jeremy, oof, oh my gosh, you guys see how every time I think about stuff, it just keeps coming up? This episode was full of so many things. Jeremy is interested in getting to know the Genevieve girl. What happened to Florida? He was like, yeah, I really want to get to know you. I'm happy you're here. I can't wait to see what happens with us. And the little girl, I keep calling her little girl, I'm sorry, but she's 22, and she's like, she's like, can I sleep in your bed tonight? She's really forward. Like, she's a very like persistent girl. Like, I give her that. Like, she didn't come to play. And Jeremy's like, of course you can stay in my bed. And I'm thinking, Florida, Jeremy, Florida. Did you forget about her in 3.5 seconds? During the episode, Jeremy even makes this slick comment. He's like, Florida is going to be watching. And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you should be at home with Florida. You should have left the villa with her. If you really were interested in getting to know her, as you said you were, you would have left with her. So now Jeremy, mind you, is getting to know, this is the 4th girl Jeremy's getting to know, and I know it's not the last. Jeremy's going to get to know everybody. He's going to get to know all of those 5 new girls that came all during the time they're in that whole villa. I know for a fact, because Jeremy cannot stay with one person. He's moved from 1 to 1. I told you guys, free trials. Jeremy's just free trials. All these girls, free trials, getting to see what he wants, because Jeremy will not even be loyal to this poor Genevieve either, because he has a history of liking you for 3 days and moving on. You guys, mind you, today's episode was actually Corey's birthday. This is the most happy I've ever seen Corey in my life. Like, if I say in my life, like, I know this guy. And during the whole season, like, Corey was so happy. Every scene Corey was in was smiling, even in the background, smiling, because today was his birthday. The 5 new girls came. Corey was ecstatic. He was like, yeah. He was like, he just kept on saying, like, I can't believe it. These girls are bombed. They come from a different planet. He was so happy. Like, I'm actually very happy for Corey. One of the girls like him. Isabella, I think. Actually, let me tell you what her name is. Let me remember what her name is. Hold on. Isabella is her name. She loves Corey. During the challenge, she had to kiss somebody she liked and she went in for Corey. Corey was like, whoo, today is my day, okay? This is literally one of the best birthday gifts of his life. My girl Cash had 3 men on her line, okay? 3 men wanted Cash. Charlie, Raul, and Andrew. Andrew was talking to Cash and talking about her hair and how he likes her hair. He prefers that to the wig, yada, yada, yada. They were having a conversation. Cash literally shut it down real quick. I mean, not to his face, but she was like, oh, you're so nice, you're so sweet. And then in the confessional, she was like, yeah, that's just a friend. Cash is not interested. Cash, you could definitely tell Cash is definitely interested in knowing Charlie. During the challenge, they asked that she had to do the Spider-Man kiss on one of the islanders of her choice, and she chose Charlie, and they went in, okay? They were kissing, okay? They were kissing. I'm so happy for my girl Cash. But what Cash did is, before she left the villa, she left her do-rag as like a sign for Cinco in his closet. And I'm thinking, Cash, why would you do that? Why would you leave your property in Cinco's closet to make it seem like if you really want him? Because Cash didn't care, you guys. When they got the text message about Casa, Amor, Olivia, Cash, and Shannon, funny enough, were super excited. Trina and Kyra were like, okay, I guess we have to go for the experience. Trina said she wasn't interested in getting to know anyone in the villa. In Casa Amor, she said that she won't turn her head if new guys came because she's interested in getting to know Cinco. I'm like, girl, be smart. Come on. But you know what? This episode really made me realize that Trina is actually a very calm person. I think Cinco was just bringing the bad side out of her. Cinco was making this girl bad. So Cash puts her stuff inside Cinco's closet, and Trina didn't leave anything for Cinco. So I'm thinking Cinco's gonna be thinking like, oh my gosh, maybe Cash actually does want me, so I'm not gonna overdo it with anyone in the villa. And that's bad because Cash is overdoing it with people in Casa Amor. So I don't know why Cash would do that. I think she was just excited to leave, so she just left her do-rag there. And why would you leave your do-rag there when you use that to sleep? Like, now what are you gonna sleep with? Now your hair is just gonna be all exposed on your pillowcase. Like, what? But Cinco is talking to one of the girls in the villa. One of the girls does like Cinco, one of the new girls. Her name is Kay. And she was just talking to Cinco about how I don't like being option 2. I can only be 1. And I know you have a situation going on, a love triangle, but I'm not really a fan of it. I just really want you, and I want you to let me know that I'm your top priority. And Cinco wasn't having it. Cinco was like, girl, you just came in 5 seconds ago. Relax. I don't even think I like you like that. Like, Cinco was just looking at her like, okay, I get it. I understand. Then in the confessional, he was like, I don't like how she was talking. I don't know. She came too strong. Like, she reminds me of Leanne. Like, she better concentrate on other people, because if she thinks Cinco is just going to pick her like that, and she's trying to get into the villa, she needs to figure out what to do. Because, I mean, hey, listen, if she's just there for Cinco, rightfully so, let her keep Cinco. But she needs to kind of be careful, because I don't think Cinco really cares for her like that. Flo is telling Will how he's too comfortable and reserved, and she feels like Kyra is just making him more calm than he needs to be and making him not be his real self on the show. And then Will was like, yeah, like if he gets interested in getting to know another girl and he really likes her, like he thinks his heart is gonna fold. I was like, Will, is this you? Is this the Will we've been seeing for the past 3 weeks? It doesn't look like it. When Cinco is talking with the boys, he also mentions how he feels like Cash is a better person for him. I'm like, Cinco, you can't, every episode, you can't be talking about your feelings for Cash and Trina. Like, we've heard it 100 times. We were tired. What is it? But this episode, I think he only addressed Cash. He was like, I really have strong feelings for Cash. He said it like twice this episode. So I don't know, maybe Cinco is really falling for Cash. Trina must be really boring, like, right? She must be really bored, because Cinco keeps going back and forth. So it's like, if you really have feelings for Cash and you really feel like Cash makes you a better person, why are you struggling to pick Cash? It makes no sense. Shouldn't that be like a clear cut, I want Cash, point blank, period? But you're like, you keep hesitating, but then you have so many positive things to say about her. So it's kind of like, it's kind of weird to me. I don't know. But that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to turn heads completely. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.